How's it going, folks? Welcome back to another Power Metal Ranger Talk video. Really excited for today's chat. I'll be talking to none other than Frederick of legendary metal band Dream Evil. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing really good. So all good.
Good, good. And thank you so very much for taking the time to chat with me. I really appreciate it.
No worries.
Thank you. So first and foremost, I already kind of introduced you, but would you mind telling us what your role in the band is?
My role is the band is I'm formed the band 24 years ago, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and I play guitar and write songs and do some backing vocals stuff and produce the band also.
Wow. So very important role in the band, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, but we are a democratic band, try to be at least.
Yeah.
So we share everything and bad and good.
Yeah, I hear you. So it's been like what, like 7 years since the last album, right?
Yes.
How did you all know that now was the time to release another album?
We get the new drummers 5 years ago, and uh, directly we start making an album. So we all have, some in common with he has been on the album writing music and so on. But it's we are kind of the laziest band on the moon. So, but we talked about it, and then was like, let's start now. So like 3 years ago, we started writing songs. We have like songwriting session with the whole band
Mhm.
for a year maybe. We met every week and start doing demos here in the studio, and then some people did songs by themselves at home. So when we had around 25 skeleton, I should say,
Yeah.
we decided, okay, let's focus on these 14 songs.
Mhm.
So the album is actually 10 songs, but there's 4 more songs going to be released later on.
Oh, very cool. So additional content for folks that want more after the album.
Exactly. So
Very neat.
we have done stuff like that before. We did for United, we released an 1.5 CD, like this 3-inch disc.
Mhm.
Uh, I know people put them in the car stereos and they get stuck there forever. So
Yeah. Well, cars don't have CD players anymore. I have
no, no,
realized
no,
for a
no.
long time, so
Yeah,
it's difficult. That makes me kind of sad. I miss the good old days of having like the big CD booklet that's in the car, and then you pick what album you want to listen to, put it in. Not anymore. You just scroll on your phone, right?
yeah, yeah. But also, to be honest, sound quality on like I know Tidal or whatever Tidal it's called
Mhm.
have a good sound quality, but if you compare, for example, Spotify with the CD, it's a big difference. And I even when I listen to stuff I produced on Spotify, and it's like fuck. The song is there, yes, but the
Yeah,
sound quality is all this shiny stuff is gone.
right.
I think uh, so. Apple Music is better also if you
Yeah,
care about
fair
sound
enough.
quality. Yeah.
Yeah, you at least get to hear the music, but like you said, that you listen to your track on Spotify, it's like that's not what we produced. Like, why does it sound different? So,
Yeah.
yeah,
It sounds
um,
less. It sounds less. Something is missing. But
gotcha. Yeah. Um, so I mean, like you said, I mean, you've been doing this for a long time with this band, a lot of albums and things like that. So, when you did decide to start making a new album, what was your approach to it? Given your history, were you trying to build upon your history or try something new?
kind of build up on the history because it's like when you play live, there
Mm,
is a lot of people saying, "Can you play songs from the Dragon Slayer album?" And we play a lot of songs from Dragon Slayer album. So we try to have that album in mind. There is elements you can find here and there. There is kind of you can relate to the Dragon Slayer album, but also you know new stuff, of course. But it's like heavy metal. I mean, so many. bands have walked that trail before, so it's kind of walked in, if you understand what I mean. So
Yeah.
we don't try to be any kind of progressive. We just try to, uh, should I say, yeah, we try to stay on the track. So, and sometimes some stuff come up, and yeah, let's try that. Me and our singer, we were trying to learn how to growl because that's something we're thinking about. It should be cool to have some growl, but we failed.
Well, maybe that should be like a bonus track. Your attempt at a growl song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, I mean, you're just delivering some good old-fashioned classic heavy metal here with this album. Like you said, you're not trying to reinvent the genre, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Well, that's cool. I think that's what fans expect from Dream Evil, and that's something that Dream Evil does very well because these days I feel like there's a real resurgence in that classic heavy metal sound. But y'all have been doing this for a long time, so you really know how to deliver it. Um,
thank you.
yeah,
Yeah,
of
I think
course.
previous album six, there was like I don't think any of us was really happy with that album, to be honest.
Oh,
So it felt also like with this we have to make it better. We
okay.
cannot release and so album. We have to do this better. And we also like when we do stuff, we as everybody in the band have to contribute with music. So like for the Book of Her Metal album, we had 65 song IDs that we had to, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
How do you
So
choose what to pick when you have so many options?
one thing can be like this is a really cool chorus, for example, but they need
Mhm.
works on the verses. Let's keep that one. This one is really unfinished and it doesn't sound like the band because that's happened, of course, all the time. And then you just have to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like me and Snowy, I think we did 18 songs when we was on tour, and they were
Wow.
put it in, and then we had like me and him had songwriting camp, and so yeah, but we ditched most of it and never took it up again actually.
Oh,
But for
wow.
this album, I know we have some ideas left that we just left because we were at the point now we have to decide. And so this is a really good guitar riff. I really like this, but it needs a lot of work.
Hmm.
So move that to the side, and
Hmm.
we can for the next album. So that's what we're gonna do with some of the songs that we never recorded.
Wow. So, yeah, I mean, like you said, you can't just keep writing all these ideas and, then you'll never have an album. So it's
No,
like,
no,
all
no.
right, let's stop them.
Yeah, so the writing process was for this time was 2 years, which is very long normally for what we do. It's like when we decide now let's do an album, and then we can like Evilized album was we had 6 songs for that album, and we that was kind of pushed out because we're going to go on a tour with Hammerfall, and we need to have new material to release. And I asked the record label, when do you need the masters? And he gave me a date, which gave us 26 days to finish an album. But that was half written. So we
Wow.
just call up Gus, get on the first plane into the studio. I was working from 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 in the night for 26 days in a row.
Wow.
And yeah, and Snowy was writing lyrics, and we was like that tight. So he was sitting and taking a dump on the toilet, writing lyrics, and I had to go out, knock on the door. I need second verse for that song. Yeah, I'm just down here under the
It's,
open the door. So
oh,
it was.
that's,
I was so exhausted when we were done with that album.
oh my
So,
God.
but we managed to do it,
Yeah.
and
Oh, that's,
some good songs came out from that also. That stressed period. It's like
mm,
Children of the Night. That
yeah.
was an intro riff from the beginning to a song that Gus had written, and I said the rest of the song is not that good, but I like the riff. You can sing on the top of that riff, and I actually have a verse and a pre-chorus that could fit with
Oh,
this. Snowy was like, no, 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 you cannot do like that. Let's try.
yeah.
And then we put it together, and it was like, yes. And Snowy was like, I have another idea that we can put it in. And he had the scorpion thing. That thing is after the chorus. And that was done in 10 minutes.
Wow.
So,
Oh, it's so funny how those things work out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You never know.
No, no,
Now,
truly.
Shelter was a song that had been with me for many years. And I rearranged and rearranged and rearranged. And finally, okay, let's do like this. Because the vocals melody over there was actually guitar melody that was playing on top of that.
Yeah.
So I was back and forth with that so many times.
Wow. So the new album, Metal Gods, are there any pieces from like leftover songs from the past, or did you really kind of start from scratch?
We started completely from scratch. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um, and so for the songwriting process, are you kind of the first one to sit down and kind of start laying out some melodies or some riffs, or does everyone kind of work on their own things and then you kind of send what they've all done and kind of go from there?
This has been different. We actually have external songwriters this time also. That's actually made
Oh,
uh, Metal Gods and Tire Dies the Dawn. And so because I have my colleague here, he and his friend were writing songs here, and then they asked us, "Can we do songs for the revival?" And I was, let me talk with the band,
mhm.
and they were like, "Yes, absolutely." So they did 3 songs in total that we recorded.
Wow.
So so one will be on that EP we release later on. I don't know when, but
Right.
yeah.
Neat. So yeah, I mean the new album's called Metal Gods. How did you all come up with that name? I mean, it's such a metal name. I mean, it's got metal in the title and gods. So
Yeah, but it's also a song, or maybe even an album. No, a song from Judas Priest. So it was actually Robert, the one of the co-songwriter. He used to wake up in the morning and he get Metal Gods in his head, and he just get a big smile. And his girlfriend is like, "What?" He just looked at her and said, "Metal Gods." And we were first. It was also kind of approach to that song, because if you sing Metal Gods, and if we should try to uh, claim ourselves as metal gods, that's nothing we feel uh, very good about. So
right.
Niklas, he write the lyrics for that song when he actually talks about his how he came in contact with metal. So, and I was afterward, I saw the lyrics. I was like, but fuck, Ronnie James Dio is my biggest metal god.
Yeah.
And then we talked about it. Yeah, but should we write about everybody? This song gonna be 40 minutes. And he was like, I write about my history. Okay, this is my lyrics. I'm like, fine. And then our other guitar player said, yeah, but Fredrik, you called the band Dream Evil. That's a tribute to Dio. So that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So we try to, yeah, make that song very short, compact. We
Hmm.
know directly this song's going to be the single. So that's the first single we did.
Yep.
And uh, and then yeah. So, but when everything kind of the recording process was really smooth. The only thing was happened that when we start recording drums, our drummer get his back again. His back went totally fucked up, so we have to stop
Oh
the recording.
no.
Yeah, for a week.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he went back in again and had a lot of painkillers and made the. And then Peter did all the bass at home,
Okay.
totally fine. And then we started to do rhythm guitars, and that took some time, to be honest. and and then I start doing during the vocal guitar recording. I start tracking vocal with Niklas here,
Mhm.
and then
Cool.
we had
So
a
it's the yeah.
Yeah, and then we end up with doing like what we call heavy metal choirs. We invite a lot of friends, and then we do
Yeah,
all this thing.
that's
This
awesome.
time,
Yeah, so
this
definitely a
time,
group effort.
yeah, but this time actually it was all everybody was sober, which is normally not the case when we do.
Oh, so it's a
Normally,
sober album.
yes, it's a sober album.
Wow.
No, it's not sober. I can tell you that. Uh,
Right. You all were
somebody,
sober when you wrote it, but the song, the album itself is not sober.
there is a reason why the guitar tracking took so long time. I can tell you that.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Yeah.
So it seems like, there's a lot of kind of tributes being played, just based off of metal gods and, inspirations and things like that. Is the whole album is kind of like a tribute to various things in the metal scene, or is it really just that song?
It's really just that song. Night Stalker, for example, is about a serial killer,
Mm.
and Jonah. Uh, fuck, that's the Marcus, the other guitar player's song, and that's about the
Mm.
ex-girlfriend. I think the rest
Oh,
of the
wow.
songs, yeah, it's about fighting.
You can't have a metal album without talking about an X in some way.
Oh, maybe not. But
uh,
sometimes with this band we go very serious. Niklas have done a lot of stuff where he like write his anger out with his
yeah.
wife and children and stuff, and how he hates his work and
Oh, geez.
all that. I don't think he hates his work, but he's he need to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very metal. It's the kind of thing you're angry on stage. You smash the guitar at the end. Yeah, everyone's running around. Well, you're not a thrash band, so,
No, no,
but
no, no,
still,
not yet.
not yet. So the rest of the stories are each song kind of like its own story, or is there like an overarching theme throughout
Oh,
the
I
whole
think
album?
every song has its own story. So it's just like
Cool.
Dragon Slayer is an album that we did like a concept album
Hmm.
that lyrics had a common thing, but after that we haven't done that.
Hmm.
So
Right. So what is it that you really want listeners when the album releases? What is it that you really want them to like take away from the album?
oh, that I have a good time actually. So yeah, it's that's what we try to do. It's not like we don't try to impress anybody, but it's yeah, but it's like we played in UK a couple of years ago, and there's two
Mhm.
Polish guys coming there. They would travel all the way from Poland to England to see us, and they
Wow.
were yeah, yeah, and they were just coming there and hugging us and crying, and they were so happy to see us live. And another time there was a guy from Canada to come to London to see us, and yeah, so that's
Wow.
yeah, so that you can give that joy to people is like a privilege, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, truly, that's got to be very fulfilling, for the
Yeah,
band. Something you created really touches somebody, in such a powerful
yeah,
way.
absolutely.
So like for live shows, y'all have done some really cool big shows and things like that. Do you have any live shows set up, once the album releases to kind of tour and show off the album live?
The plan was first to get like festivals, but albums
Hmm.
release was pushed forward and forward. So the festival summer, hopefully next year, we we're going to play on Prog Power in Atlanta,
Yeah.
and that's. But we have not. We had got questions about tours, but as we are not like a full time band, it's
Hmm.
also hard to do like a 6 week European tour. It's just like nobody can be away from work that long.
Yeah.
So we're looking for like smaller tours. So we're
Yeah.
gonna
Like
do
you said, festivals. Yeah.
yeah, and we're gonna do an Australian tour
Oh,
in
wow.
yeah in November. hopefully
That's
we
really
can get.
cool.
Yeah, I hope so. I see the schedule and I know it's going to be a hard time. It's not going to be a lot of free time this time.
Right.
Yeah. So Australia
So
is a big country.
yeah, that's amazing. Have y'all been there already, or
I've
is
been
this
there
first time?
no, I've been there 3 times before. I've been over there and produced bands.
Oh,
So
okay. But how about the band playing there?
no,
Dream
never happened.
Evil. Never. Cool. That'll be exciting for fans in Australia for sure.
Yeah, and I think we're probably gonna, as we are there, I'm not gonna go home after the tour is over. I'm gonna stay a couple of weeks, I think.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Uh, our drummer, he's really into fishing, and he really want to go and catch the merlin. So
Oh, I'd be nervous about being on the water in Australia. They have so many wild creatures over there.
yeah, it's but when you're in the cities, it's okay. We was
Yeah.
out for a week, and then there was some crazy animals.
So when you first started this band, over 2 decades ago, did you ever see yourself here? Like when you first created it, did you ever think the band would still be going 2 decades later?
No, no, no. My plan was just to do one album, and then
Really?
uh, but then I started doing interviews with journalists, and they were really into the album, and they said if this was released in the 80s, this should be one of the classics. And I'm like, oh, okay, okay, maybe we should continue here.
Really neat. And yeah, here you are, many,
Yeah,
many albums later, many tours and festivals, and still rocking. So that's just awesome.
yeah, yeah. We
Do
played
you
Sweden
play?
Rock
Yeah.
Festival, 5th of June. That was really, really nice, actually.
Wow.
That's a festival I can recommend anybody to go to if they can, because it's a everybody say that have been there from the whole Europe. It's the best festival in Europe,
Wow.
and yeah, it's normally always really good weather, and everybody's so friendly. It's just super nice to be there. If you bump into somebody and you say sorry, you get a hug.
Oh,
That's
wow.
that's the kind of festival it is.
Wow. That's really neat. Some places, if you bump into somebody, you're going to get punched.
Yeah, no, but it's a very friendly festival. It's super nice. I was
Wow.
there
Awesome.
as a guest last year, and it was just like I need to play here again.
Super cool.
Uh,
So do you plan on doing this for the foreseeable future, Dream Evil, or are they still gonna to keep going in the future? Do you have
yeah,
plans to keep doing this until
we have
whenever?
we have no plans to quit anyway. So
Yeah.
so I think that's what we're gonna do until we die.
Awesome. So yeah, the new album Metal Gods, it comes out July 26th, correct?
Yes.
Very, very cool. Yeah, for everyone watching, I'm going to put links to all things Dream Evil, their social media, things, their links to their singles on YouTube, as well as the release date of the album, so you can follow them, check out the singles and be prepared for the album release soon. It's not far away, so that's very, very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah. We have 2 singles out now, including
Yeah.
videos. And today we're gonna shoot the third one.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Is
So
is that one going to release like on the album release day, or is it going to be before?
as soon as possible, we are delayed with everything. We also, as we have to go to the American embassy for interviews for the visas for Prog Power, and they
Yeah.
didn't have time. So last Monday, our bass player and singer went, and then on Tuesday, me and the guitar player went, and next Monday, the drummer have to go, and people are going to go on vacation and see relatives. So one day that where all 5 can be together, and that's today.
Wow. Are you excited for this video?
Let's see.
Let's
We
see. Okay.
Yeah, but we have a plan, but it's not always the plan fall out as you planned. If you
Yeah,
understand what I mean.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea of this video is to have a kind of tough intro with
Yeah.
a silly ending. But let's see. We have done silly video. There does like antidote video. That's a super silly video.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so let's see how it goes. It's also hard to come up with ideas all the time. What we're going to do here, like the first video, that's a green screen, which was easy. And then the second one, we want to have it in industrial environment.
Yeah.
So with we have invested a lot of money in lights and smoke and fire and shit like
Jeez.
that.
Yeah.
And we try to use that for the video in an industrial environment.
Hmm.
Uh, so that we like perform together. And now we're not going to play any instrument, just
Oh
do
no.
some stupid.
Okay, that
So
sounds fun. I'm looking forward to that.
yeah,
You're really
yeah,
talking it up here.
yeah, that song is called "Fight in the Night." That's a hilarious lyrics. So that was me and the drummer who did that song. He had that guitar riff, and I was like, "Fight, fight in the night." He was, "Come on, Fred." Yeah, that's what I mean. It's good. It should
Yeah.
be shit.
Fun,
Not,
fist pumping, catchy, but silly at the same time. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. It's not like that. I'm not kind of that lyric guy either. I'm not listening to albums for lyrics. Sometimes I do, but mainly not. I listen to the music.
Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Sometimes when you're listening, you'll kind of hear the lyrics, and sometimes something will stick out like, man, that's a cool lyric. Or sometimes something will stick out. It's like, well, what kind of a lyric is that? What were they thinking? So, yeah, but it's definitely like a bonus, and I know some people are really into lyrics, but that's exciting. Can't wait for this new video.
Yeah, I
Sounds like
think
a
it's going to be
like
released very soon, actually, to be honest.
okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
And then the video guy have to do a quick edit, uh,
Yeah,
yeah, and then send it to the label. Uh, so
yeah, and then they'll schedule it.
yes.
Cool. Well, is there anything else that you want to say to like the viewers here or your fans in general regarding like the new album and the band?
No, not really. I think, but I think like everybody in the band is way happier with this album than what was with the previous one.
Yeah,
It's it's kind of everybody's like when you listen, oh, this is the best album, blah 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 blah. But it's just like if you're not happy with something, you have to be honest
yeah,
and say, yeah, I think.
cool. So it sounds like it's going to be a real banger. Looking forward to it.
Uh, I haven't heard it.
I have not heard the album yet. No.
Oh, I thought that they were sending out some links where you can take a look
I,
into.
I I have the link, but I usually wait until we get a little bit closer to release date, like within 2 weeks,
Okay.
instead of like doing the review like 2 months in advance, and then people are like, "Oh, that's nice, I have a review," but now I have to wait 2 months to hear the album. So I try to do it a little bit closer.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah, but I'm planning. I'm gonna do a reaction video though for the second single, and then if you
Okay.
all drop that new single before the album or before, well, it probably won't be before I hear the album, but I'm looking forward to that anyway. So really excited to check it out, and I know a lot of people out there are. So and especially with your high praise saying that you guys are really happy with this album. So that sounds great.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, thank you once again so very much for talking with me. I really, really appreciate it.
No worries. It's my pleasure. It's
Thank
early
you.
morning
Thank you.
or now? No. Yeah.
For me, yeah, it's like 10:30 a.m. at the moment. Yeah. So,
We are in afternoon here. So.
oh wow. So you don't have much time to get that video recorded.
Oh, it's 4:30 in the afternoon.
Oh wow. So yeah, this evening you guys are gonna be working and the video.
But we are very close to midsummer here, and we have daylight to
Oh,
10:30.
wow.
Yeah, up north is crazy. There is sunshine 24/7, and then in the winter it's 24/7 darkness.
Jeez, that's so crazy. I would never get out of bed if it was just 24/7 dark. I would just stay in bed all like a
Yeah,
bear
yeah, yeah. But when
hibernating.
it's 24/7 sunlight, we were up playing there one summer, and you're coming out from a nightclub 5 in the
Yeah.
morning, and the sun is still is straight up. It's
It's
and
like, wait, how long was I in there for? Like, is it like the next
yeah,
day? Like, what's going on?
yeah.
Oh, that's wild. But yeah, looking real forward to the album. Yeah, I appreciate you talking with me. It truly was awesome. And for everybody out there watching, like I said, I'm going to put links to all things Dream Evil in the description down below. So go check that out and be ready. July 26th, their new album, Metal Gods, releases. Real excited for that. So check it out. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you one last time, sir. And that's what we got for you folks. Ranger out.